Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, BVO Sports TV. My bad, I'm getting used to the new name. But shout out to BVO, shout out to everybody coming through. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, the Breakfast Box. Make sure you stop by the Breakfast Box. We doing it big. Anytime you spend $25 or more, you get 10% off your order with code BVO45. That's BVO45. Make sure if you're in the Akron, Canton area, you stop by the Breakfast Box. One of the best spots you can stop by. But today, we back. Shout out to my man Varnell Hill, a.k.a. Dub Right Side. Shout out to the Puerto Rican Prince. They've been working hard, man. Beautiful draft coverage, man. As you see, God bless Cleveland again. We bringing Shedeur Sanders home. So I know everybody's seeing that, man. Shout out to my brothers on great draft coverage. Shout out to Puerto Rican Tommy. I heard he came to work. Shout out to Tommy. He came to work. So we're going to have some fun. Let's talk some boxing and have some fun, man. I'm ready to go. So, D Free, let me ask you this, man. What did you think about seeing Chris Eubanks and Chris Eubanks Sr. and Jr. together? How was that, man? I thought that was a beautiful sight to see them two brothers.
I like breaking up the BVO.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good now?
Okay, I was saying, what did you guys think about seeing Chris Eubanks Jr. and Sr. together? I thought it was a beautiful sight. What you guys think about seeing them two brothers together?
I think it was dope.
I think he just did it for the cameras though, because he spent a lot of time over there with Conor Ben and his father. So I think he was just doing it for the cameras because we saw the whole Instagram post that he put out about how his son disgraced him and all this other stuff. So I think it was just for the cameras. I don't know if it was genuine trying to be behind his son. I just don't like the whole Instagram post that he put out and or interview, whatever it was, that whole thing that he did, and then he turned around and he act like it was all smile because he was up there posing more than his son was to the ring walk.
Dang, Free, you cold. That brother is cold, man.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Damn.
I forgot who I was talking to. Hey, you know what? Shout out to the Puerto Rican, man. Like I said, when you think D Free can't go no lower, he'll lay in the street, man. Shout out to my man D Free, man. What you got for me, Tommy and Crush?
So let me just start off by saying salute to everybody that's in the building. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I did a little bit of work today. Thank you, BVO. You inspire me. You know what? You're like, you're like my hype man. You inspire me. Did a little, draft recap, did a little boxing preview for tonight, before the fight. But back here, you give me the opportunity to work some more tonight. Appreciate that. But let me touch up on what D Free was saying. I think he's half right. I think it was genuine, but I think it was more of a show. I think, the WWE type of show, when the elevator door opened, like they all came out, like, obviously predetermined, pre-planned. I think it was all a work, scripted out very well, and it was a show, and there was a show before the fight, and then they got to work later on in the fight. I mean, we'll touch up on the fight, as people start coming in and talking, but I thought it was a great fight, one of the better fights we've seen this year, and two guys that really don't like each other, and we'll discuss a little bit later on who I thought won, the decision I had. We'll talk more about that. But I was very impressed with the fight. The undercard was very underwhelming, very boring in my opinion. Did not like the undercard at all. But the main event definitely made up for it.
Shout out 88 Sports, my God. Go ahead, Crush.
Yeah, I didn't think too much into that, but I did see all the Instagram stuff and everything. So I'm kind of like with D3 and Tommy. It's like half and half. He's there for his son, but more so showman. These fathers, man. Some of these old folks, they get a little glimpse of a little glimpse and a little taste of what it used to be for them. So they always want to show up and he trying to get his shine on and trying to like get a lot of the spotlight and actually living off the rival between the two sons, in my opinion, So yeah, it was genuine, but it was more so to show off and to show off and everything. And look at me, how he is. Eubanks is a showman, so he's showing off a little bit, and he was there for his son, I guess.
I'll say this: you guys gotta forgive me. Eubanks is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Eubanks Senior is. I think he's one of the funniest guys. I think he's up there with Muhammad as far as being funny. I mean, this brother's when he get talking to his native tongue, as he call his mother's tongue, and he starts speaking that patois, man, ain't nothing like my man Chris Eubanks, man. So seeing the former champ came in the Rolls Royce, man, beautiful coat on, came his baby boy going in there fighting. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't nothing like seeing a father and son together. Ain't nothing stronger than that. You see your father and son, they had whatever they was doing. They back together, all hugs and smiles. And I'll be honest, if you watch the press conference, you can tell that really bothers Junior. I can't speak for Senior. I really can't even speak for Junior, but Junior looked pretty shaken about not having his dad around. And I'll just say this. Ain't nothing like daddy, man. I don't know anybody who I grew up with my father, man. Ain't nothing like daddy, man. That's for sure. So I'll ask you guys this. Do you guys think the winner of this fight could be a force at 160?
No. Because Chris Eubanks don't fight at 60. He just came down just to fight Conor Benn, and we saw Conor Benn doesn't have any power at 60. He was hitting Chris Eubanks with everything he had, and Chris Eubanks didn't seem affected. I mean, he got rocked a couple of times, but for the most part, he didn't seem affected by the power of Conor Benn. He stood in the pocket a lot more than I expect him to.
Yeah.
But I don't think Conor Benn. I mean, he can. It's not really any big names like that at 160, so he can become a champ at 160. But he don't have no power. If any of those 54 guys come up to 60, I think I think Conor Benn is in for some real trouble.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, T.
No, there's no way that Conor Benn could complete at 160. This was just a fight with two guys that just, they don't like each other. They wanted to make it happen, continue the family rivalry. I think the only time you'll see Conor Benn fight again at 160 would be if there's a rematch. But I expect him to go back down. I thought his power was pretty good. The thing with Conor Benn is that he gassed himself out early. And he was throwing a lot of wild shots that if he would have straightened them out a little bit, I thought he might have gotten Eubanks out of there, because he hurt Eubanks a few times, especially early in the fight. And it happens that he broke his jaw. They said after the fight that his jaw was broken, and the left side, Eubanks' right side of his face was pretty swollen up and damaged. So I don't know. I think the power is still solid. Obviously, without the PEDs, it's not as strong. But he showed me a little bit something today, Conor Benn, because I thought he had no legs after like the 7th or 8th round. And for him to finish that fight, I thought was pretty impressive. He held on. But, I think I don't know what game plan they had except for like go out there and just take the guy out of there because he doesn't like the guy. And it just looked like that's what he was doing the first like 4 or 5 rounds. But if you'd have straightened those shots out a little more instead of like throwing them wide shots, he might have got him out of there, or maybe set up his shots more, So I was actually impressed with both guys in this fight, believe it or not. I didn't think Conor Benn was anything special, but he actually impressed me, and I actually thought that he won the fight. So, but that's a different topic, when we get to it.
Go ahead, Chris.
Man, that dude was swinging every bit of energy he had in his body trying to hit this man with a one-hitter quitter, bouncing around like a jackrabbit high off some Tony Montana, and he gassed himself out early.
Yep.
He don't have no punching power up there at that weight. I don't even think he'll have punching power down at 154. I don't give a damn where he goes at 160, 154. I got somebody whipping his ass, and that's all it is. I'm not saying he's a bum, but he ain't all that damn good. Like people's trying to pump him up. He's just a strong muscle bound dude that's trying to knock people out. Okay, he got an eye chin. What y'all gonna say? Of course he got a chin. It's against a guy who don't punch very hard. Now send his ass back to 54. Let him get in there with one of them Louisville sluggers, and we'll be having a whole nother conversation. And I picked him to do this fight, to lose this fight, because he's not really a technical guy like that. He'll just beat guys that's slightly a tier under him, but guys that's like on the same tier, even a higher tier. No, I don't see him beating any damn body. So he needs to take his ass back down to 154. He can go to a damn ghost town division, and I don't see him doing a damn thing. And that's my case on it. I'll pass. I want to be playing around all the time. Playing around, man. I know y'all don't like this dude like that. Everybody thought he's gonna go in there. Yo, Conor Ben gotta go in there and knock Eubank out. He got humiliated. He got smacked in the face with an egg. Yeah. What up? Just like power ain't there. I don't even think it was the damn eggs, man. He ain't got no power up there. A lot of these guys don't hit people. Y'all gotta stop living in the moment when you see these guys punching dudes and they power really ain't. They power is like that. See if that power moves up and be effective. We have seen with a lot of fighters that they power ain't like that when they move up. And I don't give a damn what he taking, but need to pump his brakes a little bit, go to 154 and get beat up on one of the top guys down there, and let's see what he do. He might become a freaking journeyman or a gatekeeper for somebody, but I don't see Conor Ben doing anything too big. That's what I got, man.
I think Conor Ben has been a very good domestic fighter. Like a Dillian White kind of, where he looks good against those guys in the UK, because the UK has a nice size crop of guys to fight. To where you would think a guy is better than he probably is. But I'll say from that fight, he looked like he was really whooping on Chris Eubanks for a minute. Chris Eubanks fights, for him being a bigger man, he looked like he got hit with a sledgehammer. I don't know what's going on with Ben, but I'll say Ben hasn't really been the same since he stopped eating those eggs, and I just hope he get his eggs back, because when he's on the eggs, man, he's special, bro. Special. I miss kind of been on the eggs, man. That's what I need, kind of been from the eggs. I need the Eggman back. But
so, question. So, what about 147? Does he go back to 147? He could beat a guy like Barrios. You know, the 147 division. The 147 division is pretty weak. Huh?
He might be able to beat Barrios.
I think he's capable of beating Barrios. I think he's got the pop to beat Barrios. We've seen Barrios get dropped and stopped before, so I think he can. 147 is pretty weak at the moment, you know, besides the top two guys, which is Boots and Brian Norman. You know, other than that, it's pretty, you know, we still don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I think 147 is obviously his best fit, and I think he's a worthy opponent. Not saying he could win, an opponent for both those two top guys. So, you know what? Why not? I think he's earned it with a fight like this against a guy that he went up in weight. I don't think much of Eubanks Jr. either, but to go up in weight and fight a guy that has the experience of Eubank Jr. and perform the way he did, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing him at 147 against the top guys.
Yeah, the problem is he's been out of 47 for a while now. He fought at what, 50 of, I think, a catchweight at like 52 or 56 or something like that.
150, I think it was, against Dobson. Yeah.
He's been out of 47 for a while, so I don't know. Maybe he can't make the weight anymore.
It could be.
Yeah,
I mean,
they got to do something with him. They got to do something with him, because I think Eddie Hearn has put a lot of money behind him. And to be honest with you, I don't think Conor Ben is that good. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
I never thought he was that good.
I thought when he was on the eggs, I thought he was a monster, because I had never seen nobody beat Chris Oliver. Not since the old Errol Spence. I mean, He beat the life out of Chris Algier. I want to get in the ring. You know, people get in the ring with that weapon where he beating that dude. So when I seen that fight, I said, "Oh, he's serious." But to be honest, we kind of see. Hold on, let me finish. I think to be honest, what we kind of seen with Conor Benn is he's nothing more than another domestic fighter, and that's just what it is. I mean, can he go to 47? Absolutely not. Can he go to 54? Maybe. But I think he's just a tweener because he looked just as big as Eubanks, and I'm not impressed with Conor Benn. Go ahead, Freak.
No, I was gonna say, I think the thing with Conor Benn is when he get in there with superior boxers, he's mediocre. He's good against the guys that C level and the low B level fighters, but when he get in there with those B plus and those A level fighters, he's mediocre. We've seen that when he came back and when he first came back off his suspension, and we saw it, he was swinging for the fences, and that dude was not going anywhere. And I was like, oh yeah, Conor Benn ain't got no power no more. So I'm like, I was never really high on Conor Benn. I look at him the same way I looked at Richard Torres, the same way I was looking at that other guy, that Belinga. That's how I look at him. I mean, yeah, they good with those lower level opponents. They can knock those dudes out because they don't have the ring IQ, they don't have the experience. But when they get in there with the better fighters, they don't look as good. They don't look as strong anymore. They look more vulnerable than anything else.
I would, you know what? I would agree with that, Free. But let me ask you guys something that I was kind of wondering from. Do you guys think Eddie Hearn is a good promoter, or you think he should stick to domestic? Because I really feel like if you look at what he's doing, he's only kind of pushed two. He's only pushing two American fighters, and that's Raymond Ford, who's a monster, and he's pushing Boots Ennis. I'm just wondering, like, I don't really get what he did for Shakur. I really don't see him as a star builder. Am I overstating that, or you guys think Eddie Hearn is a great promoter?
Eddie Hearn is a good promoter for two fighters and two fighters only. That's AJ and Conor Benn. Everybody else, he don't promote. Yeah, I hear people saying, "Oh, he's doing good things for Jerome Boots Ennis." What? He ain't doing anything good for Jerome Boots Ennis. Jerome Boots Ennis is the one that said he wanted to stay at 47 to become undisputed. He wanted that daggone Stanionis fight. He took money from his own purse to make that fight. Eddie Hearn didn't do that. Eddie Hearn didn't give Stanionis more money to make the fight. That was Jerome Boots Ennis. So no, Eddie Hearn is only good for two fighters and two fighters only. AJ and Conor Benn. That's it.
I got to add Boots to that. I mean, you want to just say those two. You got to add Boots to that because he knows he's gotten Boots to fight in his hometown, and he's gotten Boots to fight in Atlantic City and try to build Atlantic City back up. And I think Eddie Hearn knows how to sell fights, you know, just as any other promoter. I'm not saying he's a great promoter, but I think Eddie Hearn deserves some type of credit, and he knows how to market some of these guys. So like he's built Raymond Ford. He's known how to keep him in the East Coast and build him and get the fans to come see him. But the fact what he did with Boots, he's gotten Boots more active. He got him a fight in Philly, got AC. I mean, I think that's pretty good, man, for you know what Eddie Hearn has done.
Boots has always been active. The only reason why Boots was inactive is because he was going through the whole court deal with his old management company. He's always been active. It was the management company that he was trying to get away from because Cameron Duncan had passed away, and they was mishandling his deals. So that's why he wanted to get away. But I don't think it was because of Eddie Hearn the reason why he got a fight in Philadelphia. I think any promoter that he would have got would have gave him a fight in Philadelphia. He just became a champion.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. But the fact of the matter is that he's done that.
He's done that because he signed there. So I don't give Eddie Hearn credit for that because, like I said, any promoter would have did it. It just so happened that
it's not true. I don't think any promoter would have done it. It's not guaranteed. I think Eddie knows how to market his guys and get the best out of them. I'm not saying that they always win. Like he gets some good money. I mean,
if he would have made the Stanionis fight, then I would have gave him credit for Jerome Business. But the fact of the matter is, Jerome Business had to get money out of his own purse to make that fight happen. So I don't give Eddie Hearn any credit for Jerome Business.
Is that a bad thing?
It's a bad thing for Eddie Hearn, not Jerron. Jerron wanted the fight. He let everybody know he wanted that fight. That's why he took money out of his own purse. Eddie wasn't going to give up no more money. Jerron was the one that gave up more money. So when you talk about good promoters, they do what they got to do to make sure that their fighters get the fight. Eddie Hearn didn't do that. He didn't do it. So I can't give him credit for something that he didn't do.
You know, something I wanted to bring up. What do you guys think about Top Rank? I was actually listening to like a presser they had where they were talking about the upcoming plans. What do you guys think about the possibility of seeing Top Rank and PBC coming together? Do you think this is going to be great for American boxing? Because Bob Arum seemed almost, I don't want to overstate it, but he seemed pretty excited to be working with Al Heyman. Do you guys think this is going to be a great partnership?
Yeah. I mean, we're already seeing good fights come out of it already. We're seeing Keyshawn Davis versus Edward De Los Santos. They got a couple of other fights that's in the works right now that they're about to make between Top Rank and PBC. I think it's a good thing when you can get two promoter companies to work together, especially you're talking about the two biggest promoter companies in the United States. And they finally decided to say, you know what, let's go ahead and bury the hatchet and work together. Now, that could be because of what Turkey had going on, or it could be because they just said, you know what, we need to stop going against each other and just let's make these fights happen. I mean, I would think it's a little bit had to do with Turkey, but it also could have been that Bob Arum is getting older. He knows he's about to be up out of here. He's like, look, let me see how much money I can make because I know they got all of the big name fighters. I got all of the upcoming fighters. Let's see how much money I can make with PBC.
The question with this though is that, you know, Top Rank is going under these, you know, this lawsuit that's about to happen, or it's in the process of happening. Not sure where they're at with it. You know, how many more years has Arum got left, right, in this world, right? You know, he's 93. You know, Al Heyman is not in the best health from what people are saying. So it's really Tom Brown, if I'm not mistaken, handling that. So, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I wouldn't use the word great yet until we see things kind of like progress and see what happens. So, that, you know, we got like D-Few saying, you know, the Keyshawn Davis fight in Virginia, which is, you know, in his hometown, which I think is a great thing, defending the title, and De Los Santos is on the card. Supposedly they got a card in the works to be in Japan, right? Brian Norman Jr. is supposed to go fight this Japanese guy. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's like a rumor that's happening. So, you know,
no, that's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Okay. So, I mean,
yeah, he's fighting Sasaki in Japan.
Yeah, and then Top Rank's last Top Rank card, I would think, is June, what is it, the 14th or 21st, when Malenki's fighting in the Prudential Center. I guess he's the main event. They just added Jahai Tucker against, what is this guy's name, Tucker Simpson?
Yeah,
so that's a solid fight. It's a decent card. You know, I'm not high on Malenki, to be honest with you, but, you know, that's his home, I guess his home state. You know, so he's the main event. You know, it's kind of sad that, you know, they didn't do a fight here in the Garden for the Puerto Rican Day weekend like they usually do. So we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't say great. Let's say good for now, because, you know, anytime another promoter, you know, two promotions are willing to work with each other, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I say good, not great, but good.
Well, that being said, what do you guys think about 140 like it's heating up? You got Pulo getting ready to fight Sergio Matias, and then you got Gary Antoine ordered to fight to me, which is kind of a tough fight. Do you guys think Gary Antoine Russell could become the next undisputed champion at 140?
Man, I got Antoine taking over 140, like I've been saying, and I'm going to stand 10 toes down in the mud and dirt with Antoine being the king of 140. Anybody feel otherwise, holler at me when you get a fighter in there that you think that can beat him. That's all I let your boy then. That's all I let your boy.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Is Gary on that card as well?
Is who?
I think they're gonna
Uh,
put what I read. They're gonna put him on the Tank Lamont Roach card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
I
tough to be undisputed at 140. There's a lot of good guys, and the matchups, the matchups are intriguing depending on who they are. Gary Antoine would be a favorite to, almost against everybody, but there's certain matchups that are not guaranteed. And of course, I got to bring up Matias. Matias against Gary Russell is Gary Antoine Russell is a great fight. Gary Antoine Russell would be the favorite, but that's not an easy fight, as far as styles. Right, so Hitchens is another guy, another wild card in that mix as well. So, and then you still got, the guy we all hate in T.O. So, I mean, it's not a guarantee undisputed. I mean, I like Gary Antoine Russell a lot. I think it's possible, but I think being undisputed at 140 is very tough. It's a tough division, tough weight class. A lot of good fighters at that division.
You know what I will say?
The only way
He looked amazing. He looked amazing his last fight. So I think a lot of guys are going to be hesitant to take that Gary Antoine fight because he looked amazing. I'll be honest, I wouldn't fight if I got to fight Gary Jr. but bigger. I'm not taking that fight. So I don't know how that's going to happen, but we'll see.
He can only be undisputed if the other champions are willing to get in the ring with him. So can he be undisputed? Yeah, he can. Will he be undisputed? It remains to be seen if these other champions want to get in the ring with him, because he is somebody that can box and can punch. He's one of the few champions that's at that weight class that can box and punch. Now, you got the other ones. You got two of the other three champions that can box. Still, I still don't know what we got in T.O. I mean, T.O.'s been fighting for what, like 10 years now. We still don't know what we got in T.O. This man, you never know what's going to come to the ring with T.O. Now, he got a fight that's coming up next Saturday. We're going to see what happens. But you never know what you're going to get with T.O. So I know one thing that I know that we got a T.O. at 140 that has no punching power. So you might as well say three of the other three champions, they all can box. They don't really have punching power like that. So it remains to see if the other champions want to get in the ring with him.
I think if he fought I think Pulo versus Sabro Matias is a really good fight. I would probably favor Pulo, but I don't know how it would go with Sabro Matias.
I would have favored Pulo prior to what I saw against Sandor Martinez. When I seen him, Sandor Martin, when I seen him fight him, I don't know, because he was getting hit with a lot of shots. And he's not the biggest puncher. So you get in there with somebody like Matias, who is a big puncher. I don't know if Puyo can come out of that fight unscathed. So I don't know. I think it's more of a 50-50 fight. I would have favored him prior to that, but now it's more of a 50-50 fight.
I could definitely see that, but my only question would be is this. Will we see that Gary Antoine that we've seen again? That's my one question. What do you guys think?
I think you're going to see that Gary Antoine when he needs to be that Gary Antoine. I think Gary Antoine is going to fight the style that he needs to fight to win. If that's the style that he needs to fight to win, I think you'll see that style. If he needs to fight the style that we've seen previously from him to win the fight, that's what you're going to see. I think he's going to do what he needs to win. And his brother's going to give him the game plan, what he needs to do to win. And so I think you will see it again. I don't know if you'll see it in his next fight, but I think you will see it again.
I think it all. Oh, go ahead, Crush. My fault.
No, you go, Tommy. I can go after you. You go, bro.
No, I was just saying. I was just keep it simple. I think it all depends on the matchups. It all depends on the style of the opponent that he's facing. Because he can do that against anybody. But he goes against like Hitchens. We gotta forget. We don't mention Hitchens enough. I'm not sure what everybody thinks of Hitchens, but he is a champion at 140. And his style is different in comparison to what maybe Gary Antoine has faced. So I think it all depends on the style of matchups as well.
Yeah. But I think, in my honest opinion, this is a moment that Antoine Russell was waiting for. And in his last fight, one of the best performances I've seen of the day in a while. And I think with him being someone who can box, punch, and fight, so he's a three-way assassin. You don't have a lot of guys at 140 that's a three-way assassin. When you look at the other champions, yes, they can box, but can they punch? No. Are they very good boxers? Yeah, they pretty good. They IQ ain't all their IQ's not like that. If it's any of the other champions, I really see them giving him a tough fight as Hitchens. The other two champions, in my honest opinion, and I could be totally correct, I got him whipping their ass. T.O., I don't care what type of T.O. show the hell up. I don't think T.O.'s really that good to me. And this is not taking any slight to Antoine's skills, but I got him whipping his ass, man. I don't so them champions that's there, they are very beatable. It ain't like they they the best of the best because you have other fighters at 140 that didn't even have a chance to fight these champions. So with the other champions there right now, the only one I see him giving him problems is Antoine. The other two, he whooped in their ass, and I passed the mic, man. They not messing with him, man. So I think with his IQ and everything, he's going to be able to adapt to any type of style. So we should see, man. But that's what I think. I can be totally incorrect, and I can be totally right. But he's one of my favorite fighters. He's the guy I like the most at 140. All those guys is likable, but I'm a big Antoine supporter, and that's who I'm going to roll with, no matter who else is at the weight class. There's no
Yeah,
that's the guy I'm going with. Go ahead,
I agree with Crush. I think the one that gives Antoine probably the most trouble is probably Richardson Hitchens. Because of his defensive style, he's more of a type of fighter like Shakur. He's more defensive than he is offensive. Now he does have spurts where he will be offensive a little more than I've seen from Shakur, but I think he's a defensive style of fighter. So I think he does possess a problem for Antoine. I think Antoine can overcome it, but I think out of all of the champions, I think he's probably the one that possesses the biggest problem for Antoine because of the defensive style.
So with that said, right, I'm just going to throw it out there. So Puello is you expect him to face Puello and beat Puello this time convincingly, because he did get a loss against Puello. So was that a fluke, or was that like a
that was definitely definitely a fluke, because Antoine even told you, he said the reason I lost that fight is because I went away from the game plan. When he was fighting the game plan, he was winning. He went away from the game plan, and we was calling the fight, and I said, man, this man just lost the fight. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. He lost the fight. And some people say they still had Antoine winning. I said, nah, he lost the fight. The man, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. And he came out and said the same exact thing that I said. He went away from the game plan. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. And so I think if he goes back in there with Alberto, I think he beats Alberto. He probably stops him. I think he beats Alberto the next time they get in the ring.
Okay.
You said you think Junior was just hospitalized? I could see that. I could see he looked drained like a mug. I mean, he have no legs.
But I told you guys this. That's what I said when we started. I said that his jaw was broken. They said.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what they said. He had a broken jaw.
I'll put like this. When it comes to Gary Antoine, I think the world is his. I think, and it's so crazy to say this. If we seen what we seen, if that's the true him, I'm telling you guys, this coming from BBO, you might be talking about a pound for pound fighter. If what we seen is true, that's just the only thing I can say is I just hope that what I seen was not a mirage. You know how you guys watch the cartoons and it'd be a mirage, and I just hope that this is not like just something I'm seeing. I'm hoping that Gary Russell shows up again, because if that's the case, I don't think no one can beat him. Even Pulo, that was a close fight. I thought Pulo won, but if Gary was to fight like that, it'd be a whole different ball game.
Wait a minute.
No, I mean that's definitely not a mirage. I mean, I've been telling you that for a while, that Gary Antoine can fight style of fighting. He just never had to. And the fight that he should have fought, that style of fighting, was against Alberto. He should have fought that style. That was the style that his brother was telling him to fight, but he chose to just to try to bully him. And he like I said, he told you. He said, I went away from the game plan. And so we already knew that he can fight that way. He's done it plenty of times before. It just he never had to when he got to the pros. He never had to fight that style because everybody they was putting him in front of him. It was a easy fight for him to bully those individuals. So you'll see more of that as it gets tougher. You'll see more of that from him. It's just a matter of who's the opponent that's in front of him. If it's somebody that he can walk through, he's going to walk through him. But if it's somebody where he got to use his boxing ability, you'll see him use his boxing ability.
Yeah, I think it's more to be seen from his IQ. This is something that we leaving out. And he comes from a IQ family when it comes to the sport of boxing, which Gary has a very high, decent IQ. I think it's one of the highest at 140 and one of the best at 140. So with that being said, this is what makes true champions. So when they get in there with different opponents, this is when you put your IQ to work. And people talking about style, it's that freaking IQ. It's the IQ that sets everything. You know, it's like the jab. You get everything off the jab. You get everything off the IQ. You can have you say style makes fight, but if that goddamn IQ ain't too good, it's not gonna complement that style, the execution of it. And I think when he's in there, when he has to use his IQ, in other words, I'm paraphrasing what D Free is saying, it's dangerous for the opponent because when you have someone who has an IQ and everything else with it, he's a total package. He's a total package. Upper weight classes should be lucky that man ain't taller. And I'm saying that with all honesty. So with an IQ, with the total boxing bag and tools, he's going to be hard to beat. And he's hungry. He's just not content with that one belt, people. Don't think that. I see it in his eyes. A lot of us been waiting for it. A few of us been talking about Antoine before he even got here. So and even with his performance where he actually lost the fight, because he lost the fight more so than Julio beat him, because he got away from his game plan. Once repeating what D3 said, when he was going with the game plan, he was doing fine, people. It's just like a lot of fighters. They get away from the game plan and then can't find their way back, and then it's too late. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. I don't think it's a fluke. That's the guy to beat outside of Africa. And that's where I'm at with it, man. He's a total package, man. It's a total
And I want to bring this up to you guys. What did you guys think about? I don't know if you guys seen the Terrence Crawford interview with Club Shay Shay. I was just wondering, Terrence Crawford said him and Canelo are the same size. Is he starting to drink his own Kool-Aid, or what do you guys think? I'm kind of nervous when I hear stuff.
No, when he said the same size, when he said same size, he's talking about height wise. They're the same size height wise. He ain't talking about weight. He's talking about height. We all know that Canelo is much bigger here weight wise, but height wise they are the same size. I think Canelo's like 5'8". I think Terrence Crawford's like 5'8", 5'9". So they are the same size as far as height. Weight, no. We know Canelo's much bigger than Terrence Crawford. The biggest Terrence Crawford ever walked around is like 175, 180. Canelo walked around at 200. So, I mean, we know that Canelo's much bigger than him weight-wise.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because when you hear him say that, I remember when he first fought Spence, he said, oh, Canelo's too big. Now, all of a sudden, Canelo's not too big. What happened? What do you guys think?
Is a payday in front of him. There's a payday in front of him. I mean, it's simple as that. You gotta talk yourself up. You ain't gonna just sit there and say, "Oh, this guy is bigger than me." You know you about to get in the ring with him. You already then defeated yourself before you even got in the ring. So you gotta talk yourself back in. Oh, this dude ain't as big as I thought he was. We the same size. So now you feel a little more comfortable getting in the ring with him. But in the back of your mind, you know his weight is much bigger than you. But you like, okay, he not as big as I thought he was, as far as height wise, because you see Canelo in there with guys that's much bigger than him, and you might think Canelo's a little bit bigger than what he is until you stand next to him and you realize, oh, this is a small dude. He ain't that daggone big. We seen him in there with Caleb Smith. Yeah, Caleb Smith towered over him, but Canelo looked a little bit taller than 5'8". He didn't look that small. But then when you see him in there with somebody who's smaller, then you like, okay, he's almost the same height as him too. So TV, when you see a person on TV, they always look much bigger on TV. Like I said, when I saw David Benavidez in person, I was like, dang, he's not as big as I thought he was. Because when I saw David Benavidez on TV, watching him fight, because I never seen him fight in person, I always seen him on TV, I thought he was much bigger. But when I saw him in person, I was like, he ain't as big as I thought he was. This man he's not that daggone big. He literally was only like a couple of inches taller than me. I think he like 6'1". I'm 5'10". And I mean, me and him about the same weight, but far as height wise, he's only a couple of inches taller than me. So I'm like that. I thought he was like 6'4", 6'5". The way he looked on TV, he looked much taller on TV. He looked much bigger on TV. But when you see him in person, you're like, he's not really that big.
That was the same when I saw Canelo, because when the first Triple G fight, when they did the press conference here, I was there. I was actually there with Drew Titan, and Canelo I was like right next to Canelo. He wouldn't talk to nobody, but he's like my height. I thought Canelo was much bigger. I was like, yo, this guy's short, because I'm short. So, you know, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When you see people, like I said, when you see people on TV, they just look much bigger. TV put extra weight on you, put a little bit of height on you.
Height.
But then when you see him, you see him in person, you be like, oh man, he ain't that daggone big. That's like when people say, oh, Antoine Russell, he 5'10". I'm like, no, he's not. I'm 5'10". Antoine Russell is not my damn height. He's not my height.
Yeah, D3
I know him personally. He's not my height. That man is like 5'7", 5'6". That's it. 5'7" at the tallest. He's not that.
He's short. Like Gary Russell's short too. Like Gary Russell's like my height.
Gary Russell like 5'4".
No, is he shorter than me? I don't know. I took a picture of it. I can't remember. But he's short.
No, Gary Russell's small. Gary Russell's about the same height as my wife. He like 5'4". Like the same height as my wife. He's small.
Why you height shaming?
I'm about an inch taller than Gary, yo.
Yeah, you guys are height shaming us, man. It's fucked up.
No, I'm a short guy myself, man. What are you talking?
No, I'm not you. I'm talking. That's why me and you, D3 height shaming us.
Man, Thomas, stop it. You saw me in person. You know I'm 5'10". You saw me in person.
Like Aaron Hall, you know I'm a big nigga.
What?
I mean, I ain't even gonna lie, because I thought Smoke, when I seen Smoke, I thought Smoke was like my height. I seen Smoke, I was like, man, is everybody in New York 5'7"? All these dudes smaller. I seen BC small. I'm like, man, is everybody out this joint short? They made me feel like I was the tallest dude at the cookout.
Yeah, because Clarence is short too. Clarence is like my height. Look, and then BC pops up. That's hilarious.
Fresh out the shadow. Shout out to BC.
Shout out to the stealth man himself.
Normally I'm the small guy in the group, because my brother and all them, they much taller than me. My brother like 6 foot. My stepson is 6'2", 6'3". My two sons are like 5'11", 6 foot. So I'm usually the small. When I go to New York, I'm the tallest dude at the cookout. I'm like, dang, they got a nigga feeling like he tall.
So I don't know what else we're talking about. I mean, I'm not going to be able to do my Friday night talk this Friday. I'm gonna try to do it Thursday, but I figured, what do you want to talk about the Times Square event? Because I'm very intrigued on how it's going to happen, how this going to look, how they're going to present it. Like, it's still nobody really knows.
Yeah, because the last thing I
ain't no way that's happening.
Moving it to another location, man. I'm not gonna follow it. I'll wait until the fight day and they somewhere and they're about to fight, man. I ain't got time to be trying to find a location, like trying to find Waldo. I'm not tracing that, man. whenever they
Yeah,
do the location.
to be honest with you, at this point, because it's a private event, it doesn't even matter if they have to move. I think they do have the location. They said, I heard some reports that they do got the NYPD on standby for the event or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think it is going to go down in Times Square. I'm thinking what they're going to do is probably put like some type of pavilion, some type of tent out there where it's closed off to everybody else, or it's just going to be like a tented area.
Nah, I think they're gonna
like
have like a they're gonna barricade everything like blocks apart, like that, so that people can't, and the police are gonna be there. They're
Yeah.
gonna do it like if it's like a parade, and mix of like when they do the ticket take parades when you win the championship, and a mixture of New Year's. I think they're gonna do that, block it off like a blocks apart with the barricade, and then have they're gonna have a setup just in case it rains, obviously. And then, I think people on the outside can still kind of watch, but they'll be like a block away, maybe. So that's what I mentioned it. They already announced where they're going to have the press conference and weigh-in. It's going to be at the Manhattan Center. I'm still waiting to see if I get approved or not. I just know because I know somebody already got approved for it. And he showed it to me, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. But it's at the Manhattan Center. They're going to do grand arrivals on Monday. So Monday they will be here. And then Tuesday they're going to do something – I forgot what. I already saw the schedule. I gotta go back to the email. When I stop talking, I'll go check. And then Wednesday, it's the press conference. They're gonna do another little press conference at this bar called Legends, which they did send me for, which is weird. They sent me. It's so unorganized. They sent me an email, 3 emails saying I was invited to the press conference at Legends in the afternoon. Right? It's a Legends bar, and they've done press conferences there before. As a matter of fact, that's why I first met Clarence at was a press conference we went to a couple years ago. And it's in Legends Bar. It's pretty big. They do a lot of soccer games there and stuff. So they invite me. They said, click the link. They said, click the link to RSVP. I click the link. I fill it out. And then I get an email like a couple hours later saying, oh, this doesn't guarantee you're going to get it. I'm like, why did you say that I was invited? So
it sounds good.
Yeah.
You're invited to read the email. That's what you were
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's crazy, bro.
But I'll tell you guys this, though. It's going to be an S show, man. I can't imagine, because Times Square is already crowded. But to say you're going to block it off, too, that's crazy, man. And my only thing is they got train. People come from off the train right into Times Square. What about that?
I'm glad they moved the time back, because originally it was supposed to start at 3:00. I'm glad they moved the time back, because you was going to do that in the middle of rush hour or at the beginning of rush hour. That was going to be crazy. Now they're doing it at the end. Well, supposedly the end of rush hour, but it's a Friday. It ain't going to never be the end of rush hour in Times Square on a Friday night.
Well, you never know. They've been charging people to come in the city now, so who knows, man. Who knows?
So let me just I just read it. So the media entry to the Manhattan Center will be from 4 p.m. with all the events live from 6 p.m. So they're going to do everything at this Manhattan Center. So grand arrivals, they got the workout on Tuesday, press conference Wednesday, Thursday weigh-in. So everything's going to be after 4:00. So they might be doing 2 weigh-ins, because a weigh-in that late when the fight is Friday at 7:00?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then they got. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, they got that fight, and then they got the Canelo fight the day after, and then Monster Inoue is supposed to be fighting Sunday, the day after Canelo. I mean, it's a good weekend of fights, but I ain't paying for all of it. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, the Canelo card. It's some good fights on there, but I'm not real interested in the card. I'm more so interested in the May 2nd card. I'm more so interested in the Devin Haney and excuse me, and Jose Ramirez. I'm interested in the T.O. versus Aaron Barbosa. I ain't really too interested in the Rolly versus Ryan, because I kind of already have a feeling how it's going to go. Now, I could be wrong. I just kind of already have a feeling how it's going to go, so I'm not really interested in that. But I'm more so interested in seeing how Devin Haney looks coming back after the fight that he had with Ryan. See if he has any lingering effects, and I want to see how the fight goes with Tio and Aaron Barbosa, because I think that's going to be the most competitive fight of the night. So I'm more interested in that card than I am with the Canelo Alvarez card.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
no matter what, it's gonna be great. I just could say this. I really can't believe they already automatically guaranteed Ryan a shot with the WBA to fight Boots. I mean, that's just
You mean
some,
WBC?
No,
us,
WBA.
I thought it's WBA.
It's a WBA.
Yeah.
Oh, why would the WBA? He wasn't even ranked in the WBA. He was ranked number
Well,
one
he's
in
fighting for the
WBC.
WBA regular championship. That's why.
Yeah, because they made. I think they elevated.
champion.
They made Boots super champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, but listen what I'm saying. He's ranked number one in the WBC. He doesn't even have the title of the WBA yet. So how do they know he's even going to win?
That's where the outrage is coming from, Free. That's why I'm saying this.
I thought it was the WBC mandating that fight. I thought it was the WBC. I didn't know it was the WBA. He don't even have the title yet. We don't know that he's going to win. Now he can go in there and get caught and go to sleep. I don't think that he would, but I mean he can. Rolly does punch. He can get caught and go to sleep. We know Ryan chin is suspect. He's been down twice now, so we know his chin is suspect. Rolly can punch.
So his chin is suspect because he's been down twice.
It's suspect because he's been down. He got put down by daggone Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell was not known as a big puncher.
Right.
He was not known as a big puncher.
Neither was that guy that knocked down Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean?
That dude that knocked down Abdullah Mason was considered a big puncher. He had a 90% knockout ratio. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Either way, I can't believe I've never seen nobody get as much love as Ryan, and he's like an absolute piece of dirt. It's just crazy, man. Like,
that's suspect to me. This man hasn't even won the fight. So if this fight go to distance, we already know who won.
Yeah,
they already mandated the fight. They already mandated the fight, so we already know who won.
I just still think that Rolly's going to lay down for him. I don't think he's going to even try.
I don't think it's going to.
I hope I'm wrong,
either, but I'm just saying if it goes to distance, we already know who won. They already mandated Ryan to fight daggone Boots. So we already know who won. So that's even more of a reason why I don't care to see that fight. As I said, I don't really care to see that fight. I'm more so interested in the Devin Haney fight and the Tio fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in the Rolly and Ryan fight.
Me too, D3. I have the same mindset, same sentiment, man. That's the fights I'm interested in seeing. Want to see where Dev is at. Cause it to see where he's at and he's mentally back. It's good, especially for 147. There's a couple guys up there he can beat. So yeah, that's why I'm interested in seeing how is Tio gonna jump on Barbosa, how he's gonna attack Barbosa, is he gonna lead? But I think Tio gonna go in there and try to stop Barbosa. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think Tio gonna go in there and look like Conor Ben looked tonight. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna look like Conor Ben.
But I don't think Barbosa is really. He's not that guy like that. I mean, he talk real tough, but he's more of a boxer. So I don't know.
No, you about to see Conor Ben versus Chris Eubanks all over again. Tio is Conor Ben, and Barbosa is Chris Eubanks. You about to see that all over again. Watch what I tell you.
I don't have much faith in Barbosa though, because all I can see is when I saw him in person last year, and how he got that BS victory. I thought he lost the fight. He fought that Irish kid or Irish guy, whatever it was, and I thought he lost the fight. Barbosa has some skills. I just don't think he's that good, and I think Tio's going to win. And if the fight is close, let's face it, they're not giving Barbosa the decision.
Well, I tell you this: if Tio comes at Barbosa, T.O. gonna be looking at Barbosa the same way he was looking at Kambosos. He better hope Barbosa
Right.
go at him. He better hope Barbosa go at him, because if he goes at Barbosa, he's gonna be looking at Barbosa the same way he was looking at Kambosos. He's gonna be getting beat
Yeah.
up, and he's gonna be getting off the canvas. Because T.O. is
I'll say
horrible on the
that.
front
I hope
foot.
you're right, because I don't like T.O. So I mean, I openly said I do not like T.O. So I hope you're right. I just don't,
Yeah.
honestly, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Salute
I'll
to
say, you know what I
Joe in
will
the
say though,
building,
man? One thing I'm gonna work on, T, and I was listening to something you said, man. I already booked my hotel room to go see. Hopefully it happens. Boots versus Bud Crawford. But I got to get to more fights, man. You know, one thing I want to get the building
Boots,
more.
or
I
you're
got
talking
to
about
get.
Vegas? You're talking about Canelo in Vegas.
Say it again.
You mean
You
Canelo
said
versus
Boots. You
Crawford?
said Boots versus Bud. You
Oh,
meant-
sorry. I meant to say Canelo. I wish it was Boots, but my bad. Canelo versus Crawford. I can't wait. I can't wait to go to that fight, and I got to get to more fights, man. Because one thing I can tell you is something about being in the arena, man. You get to feel the people talking, smell the popcorn, see the dudes, talking crazy on the way in. Now you ain't lived till you hopped on a subway and went to a basketball game in New York. I can't imagine how that is going to a fight, man. I gotta see a fight in the Garden. I gotta see a fight.
That's
I
a
got
nice
you, man.
guy.
I don't know about the
That's
Garden.
nice.
I don't know about the Garden because I never went to the fight at the Garden.
Uh-huh.
But the biggest fight I ever went to that I remember being at. Like I said, I was a little kid when I went to the Leonard versus Hagler fight. I was a little kid, so I don't really remember that atmosphere. But the biggest fight I ever went to was the Spence versus Ugas. Man,
Yeah.
that daggone atmosphere was ridiculous. Like this
Yeah.
this is when I really realized that Pitbull Cruz had an actual following, because when they announced Pitbull Cruz, that daggone entire arena went crazy. I was like, for Pitbull? Like they was going crazy for Pitbull when they introduced Pitbull. I was like, oh, this dude actually got a following now. But I mean, but yeah, that's the only big fight that I went to. I went to small fights, but that's the only big fight that I went to, and the atmosphere was crazy in there for all the fights.
I'll tell you this. The one thing I'm gonna work on, and this is for BVO Nation, I'm gonna work on. I got blessed recently. I'm gonna make sure I'm at more of these fights, because it's cool to talk about them at home. It's cool to get the exclusive footage and the phone calls, but after all that, I want to be in the building. I want to be out there, man. I get so tired of the talking heads, man. I don't want to be a talking head. I want to be in the building. I want to slap somebody. I want to slap somebody with an egg or popcorn. I got to get in there, man. I either got me a
Come
couple
through in
of
July
shots
for the
of shirt, man. I
Shakur.
might pull up. Huh?
Pull up for the Shakur fight in July.
Hey, what is that? The end of July or beginning?
Beginning July 12th. It's the day after the Amanda Serrano fight, and that's in the Garden too. I'm going to that one for sure. I'm just waiting for them to announce the venue.
I'm gonna make it happen. Then. I'm gonna make it happen, then, bro. I'm gonna make it happen, man.
They just haven't announced the venue for it yet.
He said, what my man Hen Dog said. I went to the bar to see Bud versus Spence, and when he got dropped the second round, everyone was like, "Oh, ain't nothing like watching a fight with somebody, man." I remember. I don't know if you guys remember this. There was a very viral video, and this lady spit on a bus driver, and the bus driver got up and gave her uppercut from hell.
Oh,
and
I remember that.
I'll never forget.
He said, "You
I'll
going
never
to jail
forget.
now?
You going to jail now?"
I remember it like yesterday.
And I remember everybody was like, "Oh!" Ain't nothing like being in there when it's a fight. You know, people watch that famous video of Tupac after the fight with Bruce Sheldon and Mike Tyson. That brother Tupac was on level 10. Ain't nothing like being at a fight, man. Ain't nothing like being at a fight. Salute to my brother Marcus Morehouse runs boxing. He got me going to a couple of local things we're gonna go see. But hey, BBO is about to get active, like my man Terrence Croft say. We get active. So we're gonna get active on here and we're gonna have some fun, man, because you know what? This is the greatest sport, and we can't let Puerto Rican Tommy have all the fun. Come on, man. He take a picture with Alicia Bung on her. He got glitter on his face, all that. We gotta get like my man. We gotta get like my man T, man.
You out of order,
That
man.
Glitter on his face.
That man Tommy ain't washed that side of his face for like a week.
Only thing I will say is when you see Alicia Bungana in person, she looks pretty brolic, man. She looked pretty.
Her arms was serious.
Yeah. Salute to my man Solomon. She one of them chicks where it's like, yeah, I'll probably leave her alone. I'll leave her alone. Because you know, a girl like that get mad, she gonna bleach your clothes. She got that look to her. Like she like to bleach clothes.
You saw remember that interview that Layla Ali had with her first husband, and the dude was sitting there he was in the background looking nervous as the bug. I was like, no, she probably whooped his ass on a regular.
Yeah, she whooped his ass, man. He traumatizing everything. He had the shakes back there. I watched that interview. Hope she don't get
that man like he was scared to say anything. Every time he walked, she looked, and that man would stop. I was like, man, she got this man on eggshells.
You know, she done jabbed him a couple of times. You know, you gonna pop somebody in the mouth. She done popped him with a jab. He like, man, she didn't beat the man up, man. I don't care.
Hey, I go back to you, man.
Me.
Hey, every man that's married, no, man, with a woman, man, she gonna give you some hell for nothing. So you know what I learned to do? I just lay on top of the doghouse like Snoopy, man. Fuck it. I just get on the doghouse and lay on it like Snoopy, man.
They just get on the top of the doghouse and lay on it like Snoopy. Just look at the moon.
That's a good one, man. I might use that one. That's a good one.
I don't trip no more. Whenever I hear, because you know you can say one thing. Oh, you said that? What you doing having your own brain? Oh, my bad. Okay, I'll give you guys a funny story. So my daughter was acting up. My youngest was acting up, right? So I'll pick her up and I'll put her against the wall, tell her to stop. Oh, I was the devil for that, man. I was the devil for that. You don't pick no girl up and put her against the wall. You don't do that. All I know,
heard that too.
I see a baby out of order. I'm trying to stop her. Because she talking about she go, because you know they watch Gingerbread Man. She said she gonna run like the gingerbread. So I said, you're not gonna run, gingerbread woman. You're not gonna run. So just know as a man, you're never right. You're never right. So what I say is, hey, lay on that house like Snoopy and you be all right. You be all right.
Lay on the house like Snoopy. That's excellent. I have one too, but I'm not saying it because my wife is still awake and I might get slapped. So
yeah. We hey, I heard your hat fall one time, so we heard you get slapped on here. So
Damn, heard your hat.
We don't want that again.
Damn, heard your hat fall, man.
Hey, the brother, all I heard first was a hat hit the ground.
Damn, that's a hard slap.
Yeah, man. You're gonna put her over like that? That's crazy, bro.
Hey, and you know those Spanish women, they hit you, man. They hit you like they want you to do something. Like, what do you want you to do? I remember a friend of mine, his girl, man, he accidentally got another girl pregnant. It was an accident. And his girl, unfortunately, he came home. The girl had made a cake on his clothes, flour, sugar, vanilla. And I'll never forget seeing his face when he seen his clothes. Because he had, I don't know if you guys remember the Vizu jeans. Oh, he was hot about them jeans getting messed.
No, hold on. Did you just say he accidentally got a girl pregnant?
Yeah, that's crazy. How you gonna say?
Yeah. He accidentally.
That's his wife, D-Free. So I'm just trying to let you know it happened. It was an accident.
It wasn't no daggone accident.
It wasn't no accident. He
See,
rolled the dice.
y'all brothers are
And
rough,
everything
man.
rolled out not nice.
The man made a
Man.
mistake. He was going through
Ain't no
something.
made no mistake. Listen. This is even a right way of doing wrong, my brother. I ain't trying to even hear that. Just because he was going through something, he's just supposed to go dump in and don't strap up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Hey,
Man.
Congratulations.
I don't know what these brothers are talking about.
Nah,
All I can say is this is a good God-fearing man. He made a mistake, and unfortunately, man, you know, the young lady ended up being pregnant.
Congratulations, BVO. My wife is listening, and if you come to New York, I'm not allowed to hang out with you now. Thanks.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna be on the house like Snoopy, waiting for you to come outside.
Now he might have made a mistake, but it wasn't no accident. It might have been a mistake, but it sure wasn't no accident.
Hold on,
it wasn't no damn mistake.
It
wasn't no mistake, man. Wasn't no mistake, man.
It wasn't a mistake, but it was definitely an accident.
It was clumsy. It was carelessness.
Hold on. You said it wasn't a mistake, but it was definitely an accident.
Oh,
those
man.
two things
it
don't
was
go
carelessness, man.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I got my little nephew from that, so it wasn't a mistake. It was an accident. But either way, the young lady took advantage of this poor brother. She took advantage of this poor brother, and I tell you this, I learned from that. Hey, you got to be careful because women take advantage of you, man. You got to be careful.
Oh, here she come. Watch our boys. She'll chew you up. Whoa, here she come.
A woman take advantage of a man because a man allow her to take advantage.
I don't know about that.
I don't
know about that.
Drop the hammock on it. He didn't drop the hammock on it.
I'm talking about sexual wise. Now, if you're talking about abuse, that's different. But if you're talking about sexual wise, a man is taken advantage of because he allowed it to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes these young ladies can rip your pants off of you. So you just gotta be careful, man. It's not easy.
Where are you shopping at that a woman can rip your pants off?
I'm just telling you, these young women can do that.
No,
you got on some daggone NBA warm-up suit. You got an NBA warm-up suit.
No,
nigga just rip them joints off.
talking about them little. BVO talking about these little strong Jones, man. They get they turn into mammoths and stuff. They rip steel off. You know what I'm saying? They built different these days. I can understand where the brother's coming from, man.
BVO is a wild boy. That's all you guys have. Hey,
woman got super strength when they really want it, man. They can get aggressive too now.
Yeah, man. You know, and the thing a woman can do, I'm gonna tell you guys something that people don't know. A woman to have a baby and don't know you or even know your last name. So
yeah,
it can happen. It can
happen. A man can have a baby and don't know the woman's first or last name as well.
We ain't talking about what men do. We talking about women.
Jesus
Christ. Hey, we ain't talking about. Hey, you know, shout out to D-Free. I want to be his handpicked D-Free. Hey, that's why D-Free ain't got no hair. He didn't got all the feathers plucked off of him. So I like he didn't got all the feathers plucked off of it. I want to get hit back like that one day. But I'll say this.
This comes from knowledge. All this stuff came off because I got wisdom. I had gray hairs and I said, no, I'm not gonna be out here looking like George Jefferson. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it all off. I'm not gonna be out here looking like George. I'm not gonna have a bald spot in the middle of my head.
You ain't want me to keep Thurman. Keith Thurman got the little baby haircut. I've never seen a grown baby haircut.
When you got 8 grandkids and you got 10 kids, you tend to lose your hair.
Lose your hair, lose your mind. One of the two, man. Combination of both. Man.
Hey, real quick, man. What do you guys think of Badou Jack fighting and defending the title after 3 years? Like he's won the title like 3 years ago, and his first fight in 3 years defending the title.
I didn't even know he still had the title.
I thought he took it from him.
It says that he's still the champ, the WBC cruiserweight. He's the WBC cruiserweight champion.
I remember when he won that title. I didn't know he still had it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll double check it, but that's crazy. 3 years. He's last fought, I think, in 2025, right? No, 2020, 2023. 2 years, sorry. 2 years.
No, it's 3 years. 2022. It's 2025 now. It's 3
No,
years.
22. No, last fight was 2023.
Oh, okay. 2023.
Yeah, 22 years. I thought it was 3 years. It's my mistake.
But Jamel Charlo go up to have one fight. They stripped the belt. They go what's the girl name? The other girl that won the title from Franchise Cruz. She broke her hand. They took her belt immediately.
Oh, my mistake. They took the title. The other guy is the champion.
Oh,
so I'm looking at
that's
it.
what I thought. I was about to say,
All
hold up. I thought they
because I know he won the belt in that fight, but I guess they did strip him. Okay, because the other guy's the
So
WC
he
World
fighting.
Cruiser.
He fighting to get it back.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
put it like
that
this,
man
man.
haven't fought in 2 years. I don't give him much of a chance of winning. He ain't fought in 2 years.
All right.
And he old.
I'll say this though, man.
Ain't Badu
Badu
Jack close
Jack.
to like 40?
Yeah, I think he's just about 40.
Yeah,
It
he
don't say
old.
his. It doesn't say his age here. I gotta look it up somewhere else. But
Badu Jack got to be in his late 30s. He got to be in his late 30s. He was fighting before.
Yeah,
I
Badu
knew-
Jack like that there 40, man.
Yeah, he was fighting before I knew who Terrence Crawford was. He was already fighting, so he got to be
Hey.
in his late 30s.
One thing I gotta say, man. Shout out to my man Pee Wee Herman. I heard he got a new movie coming out. May 23rd. If you would like me, grew up watching my man Pee Wee Herman, check it out. Pee Wee Herman, the guy that played Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee
The
Herman.
guy, Pee Wee Herman passed away. What are you talking about?
yeah, I thought he died.
He passed, yo.
What's wrong with this
Pee Wee
guy?
Herman,
Yeah, he
Pee Wee
passed.
Herman passed away like 5 years ago, if
Yeah,
not longer.
exactly.
A story about his life
Maybe-
coming out.
Oh, somebody's playing him.
Oh, somebody's
okay.
playing
No. He actually recorded. He recorded like a documentary, and they put it all together.
Oh, okay. You said he's playing in a movie. I'm like, hold on, he passed away.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hey, but you know what's so crazy? It's crazy how all those guys from the 90s and 80s is all starting to go away. I see you. I don't know if you guys know, but Screech died. The guy that played Screech.
Yeah,
he got it. That was a while ago.
I remember when he passed. He
Yeah.
passed a couple of years ago. A friend of my close friend out of Philly, he met him at a wrestling event. They took pictures and stuff. He's a cool individual though. I got a chance to talk to him on the phone because my man called me on the FaceTime. I got a chance to talk to him on the phone. He's a cool individual, but yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. But I don't know. It ain't a ton to talk about in boxing, but I do want to say this, man. For all those who are judging, saying this and that, I think we should be very calm, and I think that this Tank Lamont Roach card is going to be one of the best cards of the year. So keep your eyes open. I'm just excited about what's going on in boxing. We got Turkey Sandwich, putting on some big fights. So BVO gonna make sure I get out there. I'm gonna get out there for that Shakur fight, and hopefully my man TD Sports don't stand me up like he did last time. Had me in the middle of the
That's a lie.
fight. Hold on. I've seen me. I actually had to watch two dudes fight in the middle of the doggone police station, waiting on you.
You was all the way in. You was in Grand Concourse. Didn't really tell me where you were. Talking about some street fight or two guys fighting in the Bronx, and I invited you to come to City Island, and that it would have been on me to City Island and get some seafood, and you no-showed. You fronted.
For one, the man said he was getting his hair cut. That was the man told me he was getting his hair cut.
I didn't. That's a lie because I was at my brother's event that day. That's my brother.
No. You said I'm gonna get my hair cut, then I'll call you back. See, you see, TD.
Nah, you're
likes
such
to
a
argue,
liar, man. Oh my
He likes
God,
to argue.
man.
Man. The man likes to argue. Man. Something's wrong with him, man. But shout out to my man Josh, because my brother Josh showed up when I went to Brooklyn. Josh was actually there. I don't know what happened to TD Sports, but we're gonna be there real soon. Me and TD Sports gonna do something special. We're gonna do something special in DC. So keep your eyes out. We might be having our first meet and greet in DC. That's BVO. Hopefully Dub Brightside. I know CDK gonna be there, and I know Puerto Rican Tommy Puerto Rican Free, and even Crush might be in the house, man. So we got some big things coming. Keep your eyes open for the Sports Talk Network. And yes, TD Sports is back working again. He's out of the welfare line. Congratulations, welcome home. And we gone, y'all.
Peace.
Anybody got anything else?
Peace. Hey man, good movie to watch, man. The Accountant 2. If y'all haven't watched it, check it out. You ain't got nothing to do tonight. If you're not gonna watch any fights, and we out of here. See y'all Monday morning, man. Peace.
Hey, and no, TD Sports was not the vampire that asked to come in on Sinners. That people keep asking me, was that TD Sports? No, that was not TD Sports. His name was Omar Summer. Everybody thought that was TD Sports. No, that's not TD Sports, man. And we going, y'all.
Peace.